Hello Space Nerds, my name is Anthony England and I am the creator of Tiny Space Academy and sole developer at 4-Bit Games. Today, I want to share with you the latest update that I just released and what I will be working on next. This is Developer Update, Episode 8. Let me first apologize for not making any videos for the last couple months. I've been grinding away with the Planetary Orbits update and I tend to get a little hyper-focused on a task and tend to neglect things like YouTube. Now that the update is out, I plan to start producing more videos of gameplay, tutorials, and developer updates. I might even do some live streams with the development process if that is something you all want to see. Alright, let's talk about the latest changes for Tiny Space Academy. I released version 1.1.0.15 about 3 weeks ago. This update focuses on planetary orbits. In the original version of the game, the planets were stationary for a couple reasons: performance and difficulty getting the localized physics to work. I wasn't super happy with releasing the game without the planetary orbits. Getting planetary orbits to work took a significant amount of back-end changes to the gravity system, primarily getting the rocket to react to localized atmosphere and planet movement. After I solved the initial problems, I had to improve performance. Since each planet has its own collision on the surface, the amount of collision vectors moving at one time in the solar system reduced my PC down to about 15 frames per second. Obviously, this wouldn't work for most mobile devices and average computers. My solution was to deactivate planet collisions for the planets that were not in focus. By turning off all the planet collisions except for the focus planet, I was able to get the FPS back up to 60. But you may be wondering, what if a rocket that is not in focus flies into a planet that is also not in focus? With collisions turned off, wouldn't the rocket fly right through the planet? I knew this would be a problem, so I added a simple sphere collision with the diameter of the planet. This type of collision costs almost nothing in processing power and still allows basic collisions. One of the last changes to the planetary orbits was the rocket transitions between the celestial bodies. When a player exits the gravity well, the rocket now has the added velocity of the planet since the planet is moving. But since the rocket loses gravitational force from the planet earlier than what is realistic, the rocket trajectory would be much larger than it should be. My solution was to reduce the planet's orbital velocity by 50%. I had mixed feelings about this since it loses some of the realism of the orbital mechanic, but it improves the gameplay feel and makes it easier to rendezvous. By reducing the planet's velocity, when a rocket exits the gravity well, the rocket can be traveling the same speed as if the planet was moving normally, depending on where you exit, of course. This also prevents you from accidentally getting captured by the planet again, since you are traveling faster than the planet. Planetary orbits took a ton of testing and troubleshooting, but I'm happy with how they turned out and how the game feels now. Here are a couple other changes I added to the latest patch. Some of the earlier complaints were that players were having trouble planning their rocket trajectory when exiting the gravity well. I decided to add a green escape trajectory line to help guide players. I think this is one of the best features I've added so far since it really helps players plan maneuvers. I also added improved docking mechanics, so now that players who want to dock have an easier time. All you have to do is get the docking modules close by and they will automatically snap together. It is way less tedious and much easier. I added a 0.5 and a 32x game speed option since I had a few requests for that. I also made it when you hover over any stage or module button, the module will highlight. This allows players to understand what module they are trying to control. This update had a lot of new features and improvements. You can check out the complete patch notes on my website linked below the video description. So what's next? As of this week, I am going to start work on the next major patch. This patch will focus on the trajectory planner, contracts which allow players to accept commercial space jobs, Steam Workshop / rocket design sharing, and possibly language localization. I will also make a bunch of other quality of life improvements as well. I'm going to try and release 1 to 2 YouTube videos each week with new in-game content, tutorials, and maybe some development updates. I'm excited to start working on this update, and I look forward to hearing your feedback as I make improvements to the game. This concludes this development video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and the support. Please subscribe and like this video, as it does help with the growth of the channel. Take care, and see you next time.